Um, I'm in Teams now, and that again, just everything's in a different place.
Yeah. I like the Google Meet for me because like our whole business is all on Google Workspace, and so it's just integrated with the Google Calendar and has nice recording features. I don't have to have any extra software on my computer for it. Like every time I load up Zoom, it seems like it needs to update, and I'm like, okay, well, I'm trying to get into the meeting right now.
Yeah. Um, I started out in um, Google Workspace, but the way I work now, I have to be in team. I have to be in the Microsoft world. I do both. I work in both.
Yeah.
So
So Karen, CJ is one of our newest clients. She's also in the accounting and CPA world. So CJ, Caroline is also a CPA.
Hi, Caroline.
nice to meet you. Where are you located?
I'm in Chattanooga, Tennessee.
Oh, me too. Okay. And my initials are CJ as well.
Really? I'm CJ Thomas. So, but yeah.
Okay. Okay.
That's pretty funny. All right, well, we'll kind of get started here. If people start joining later, that's fine. I had a few kind of topics that I wanted to share with everybody, and then kind of open it up to just sharing some wins or struggles that everyone else might be having. The first topic that I wanted to kind of cover quickly was phone services. I've had a lot of potential leads that I've been meeting with talking about how to do phone service. Like, hey, Clay, how are you?
Good, man. Sorry, I'm a couple of minutes late.
Oh, no problem. We literally just getting started. So I was talking about, people were asking, can the virtual professionals handle phone calls? And that is like a really easy thing, especially with virtual phone services now. And so I kind of wanted to share that here for Workergenics and for my other businesses and like my wife's businesses, we use OpenPhone. And I really like OpenPhone. They have a lot of features that make it easy to manage and do quality control checks. So you can, as like account owner, add multiple users to your account. And I think they have like a per user fee. I think it's like $50 a year, and that includes a phone number. They don't charge all these extra taxes like Google Voice does. Google Voice is what I had been using for a while. And then I realized like they were adding huge percentage to the monthly service in taxes. And OpenPhone doesn't do that for some reason. I don't know how they get around it, but they don't. And so it saves on cost. And then you can have multiple users very easily share the same phone number. So rather than like in other phone software online, you have to create like ring groups or other things where it like calls other people, and it's kind of involved being set up. With OpenPhone, you just create a new phone number, and of course you can like select area code and whatever available numbers they have, and they just add whatever users you want to that number, and it just automatically shows up in their account and then rings their phone, or if they have it on their phone or their web browser, when the call comes in, whoever answers it first answers it. It has an option to automatically record all the calls, so that way it's really easy as a business owner to hop on there and do quality control checks. Just make sure they're following your sales scripts, or doing the proper greetings that you like. And it also does a full text message service as well. So it's not limited to just like the phone calls. You can make and receive text messages from any of those numbers, as well as custom caller ID, which was kind of cool. I hadn't found a way to do that with Google Voice before. So if you want to have like your business name as a caller ID for like a main number, it's real easy to set up. So if you guys are looking for a phone service, I definitely recommend it. And I do have like a referral link. If you wanted to try it out, you get $20 credit on your first month. I'm happy to share that if anybody is interested in that.
Can you port over a number? Like if you have a previous number, you don't want to start with a new number.
Yeah, so their support's really helpful. So we were porting 20 plus numbers from Google Voice when I switched over late last year to OpenPhone. And Google Voice is kind of difficult carrier to port numbers out of. They make it real easy to port in, but not to port out. They like really make it unclear about what the account number is, and like the PIN number and things that you typically need to port over. And OpenPhone was really great. I basically just sent them a screenshot of like all the numbers. I was like, here's all my numbers. Here's my like main Google Voice account. You tell me what information you need. And they just like filled out the form for me and got it all set up, and they all ported over at once. and it was pretty impressive how easy they made it.
I know that they integrate well with Zapier, and I've used OpenPhone. Actually, I still have it on my phone. I ended up using phone.com for some reason, but it's pricier than what you just listed as a per user fee. So, but does OpenPhone have the Zoom-like features? Do you know?
Like for doing a video call?
Yeah.
I don't think so. That's an interesting question. I haven't thought about that one.
Okay. Phone.com does have that, and there's no additional cost. I mean, it's
that's
Zoom, but the phone.com version.
Okay.
All the bells and whistles. So
yeah. Well, I appreciate you sharing that. I'm always excited to hear different technology options out there, and all about leveraging technology when we can. So,
that's awesome.
Hey, Hayden, how are you?
I am great. How's it going, Harley?
Going well. We just we're talking about some phone services and open phone here at the beginning, and had a few other topics to kind of start going through. The other one I wanted to share, one thing I've been really starting to use heavily is in our email inbox for all the different stuff I've got going on, creating custom filters to automatically forward emails to my various virtual professionals. And so it kind of started out of necessity. One of my accounting virtual professionals would be going and getting my monthly mortgage statements and downloading them and organizing all those. And all those mortgage websites now have like the two-factor authentication. They send an email with a code. And I didn't want to switch it over to be like on my virtual professional's email. I still wanted it on my main email account. I wanted to make it so I didn't have to be like at my computer and like copy and paste it over to him. So I just created the filters for all of those different emails as they came through, and just automatically set it up to forward to him, and then put the label on and archive it so that if I want to log in, I can still get access to it. But then on my inbox is not getting blown up whenever they go and do their monthly accounting task. And I've extended it too now for like Square and all those like payment processors that the restaurants and stuff have, and the coffee shops, where I can just select, email my receipt. It usually has my email associated with my credit card, so it just sends it automatically. And then I just have the filter that automatically tags it as a expense category, so that just goes in my folder for future reference, and then forwards to my virtual professional that's doing my business accounting, so they can attach that email as the receipt to that transaction when it shows up on the credit card. So it saves me having to do that extra forwarding step every time. Have you guys had other uses for the email forwarding or things like that?
Well, I use an app for managing those receipts, and you can forward emails into it, and it will render an image of that attachment that you can then publish into QuickBooks.
Oh,
So cool. I don't fool with email. Like in that respect, I use this other application.
What's it called?
It's called HubDoc.
HubDoc, okay.
And it costs $10 a month. I've been using it since I started my firm. They were a standalone application, and then Xero purchased them. So now you'll see a lot of Xero branding, especially on their support page, but it works with QuickBooks and Xero. But it has a mobile app, and I also have filters in my Google, when I'm getting receipts of all my different software applications and other things that I need to match up in QuickBooks. I just put it up there automatically.
Very cool. Well, since we're 10 minutes in now, and we have a good group here, maybe we can take just a few seconds and go around and introduce ourselves. Just share your name and your business, and what you've been using your virtual professional or plan to use your virtual professional, since we've got a couple new clients here. CJ, do you want to go first?
Sure. CJ Thomas. I'm an enrolled agent in the tax, accounting, and field. And I plan on using my assistant to assist all of the daunting tasks that I just allowed to pile up in my little stacks of paper. Yeah, this, which are the follow-ups that I really need to do, the email get backs that I need to get back and follow up and do. So email is the main thing. I spend a lot of time after hours going back through my emails, responding and doing the initial responses and actually working the follow-up responses. Of course, I can't call at that time because everybody's usually Eastern or any one of the other, but it's generally too late to call them. So I have to schedule that out and make those reminders so that I can follow up with them immediately the next day. And to help with my calendar. As well as, actually, I have a little book of things to, so this is so fresh as to how I'm going to use my assistant that, so firstly, laid out, workagenics, and a little social media content and assisting with automation, just kind of helping me lay out the workflow, some automation with going back to remapping the Zapier layout that I had. I was using OpenPhone. I don't think that the myphone.com is working. So it's interesting that you mentioned that you all use OpenPhone, because I have to flip back over to OpenPhone to have that workflow work properly for incoming leads that I'm getting from one of my marketing subscriptions. So.
Okay, well, that's great. Those are great tasks, and I look forward to kind of hearing over the next month or so how you're progressing with getting those delegated and getting those systems in place. So that's exciting.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Thank you. Clay, do you want to go next?
Sure. I'm Clay Posey. I have Clearbox Strategies. We are a marketing and sales agency. We kind of brand ourselves as a growth agency. Basically, we help you find clients that fit your ideal customer profile, and then close those as quickly as possible. We focus on sales pipeline development to make sure that deals move through your pipeline in an expeditious manner, and that you've got plenty of people to talk to. We have I just signed up with Workagenics. Harley and I have known each other for a few months now, maybe a year. But it was the right time to pull the trigger on this. I'll be using my virtual assistant to start off with. He's basically going to function as a project coordinator for me. I have a project management team that does a lot of the technology that we use to enable sales process. As projects come in from clients, he'll be coordinating those, making sure that the project manager is on them, tracking progress, and then feeding information back to clients as to where their projects are in their pipelines. I've already buried him with a bunch of tasks of getting up to speed on our tech stack. And he's working at the moment in ClickUp, which is what we use for project management. And he's setting up a workspace in there so we can get integrated to HubSpot, which is our primary platform. So that if somebody submits a service ticket on HubSpot, that it automatically creates a project in ClickUp and notifies the project team that they've got more work to do.
That's awesome. I love all the systems and technology that Clay uses in his business. It's really cool. Thanks, Clay.
Yes, sir.
All right, Carolyn, you want to share?
Yes. So my VP, she is quick as a bunny. I gave her some tasks to do in Word, and I hate Word. And she was able to do it and break out forms, and just she got it all organized because I had to do a form for being a tax preparer. Then right now I have her split between working admin work. I'm in the process of getting it set up. I have a system in place where she will capture client information and organize it so that it's easily accessible and organized in one place. And so, and Harley's suggestion when I met with him last week is Monday through Wednesday, I have her, we work mainly on client work, monthly tasks and others. Thursday's my B&I day, so I'm out most of the day. So she's busy continuing to do client work. And then on Fridays, we do admin work or working on firm facing tasks and projects. I had her research a new CRM. I'm currently using Nimble, but I'm not really using it. I'm just paying for it. So she researched some options that I found, and we'll be making that move. She was very open to becoming a user in the various platforms that I use for client project management, for communication, HubDoc, and also working in my secure environment. So that's what I appreciate, is that they're really open to working. You know, we're all using these apps to leverage our solo businesses, and they're very open to learning all that.
Awesome, thank you.
Hey, Carolyn, shameless self-promotion here. If you're looking at changing your CRM platform, we're a HubSpot agency, and HubSpot has a free version of their CRM that's great for solopreneurs. Be happy to set you up with a free trial of that if you're interested.
Okay. All right. Can you post your email address or?
You betcha. Sorry
Okay.
about that, Harley. Now
No,
you commission.
Oh yeah, happy for everyone to collaborate and use each other's services when it makes sense. That's great. Hayden, you want to introduce yourself? I think not everybody has had a chance to meet you here yet.
Yeah, so I have had the pleasure of meeting Carolyn in person, and CJ is actually my tax professional. So, and Clay, did we meet at that meeting when you were with Harley? Am I thinking right?
No, Hayden, I haven't had the pleasure yet.
Different meeting. Okay, gotcha.
Are you at the Common House?
I am, yes.
Okay, thought I recognized those beams.
Yes, you will find me here about 10 hours a week, or 10 hours a day.
Yeah, if anybody wants to check out the Common House,
yeah,
so go visit Hayden. He'll let you in and give you the grand tour.
I'm a member there. I just don't go down there enough.
You should come see me. But yeah, so I'm Hayden.
Okay, I will.
To meet you on the video here. I am in business development for Workergenics. So I'm bringing new clients on, but also at the same time, I use our services as well. So I have a virtual professional that works for me in my podcast, and she develops my social media for basically brand development. And she works with me about 20 hours a week. So yeah, I use my virtual professional for all of my social media management. She manages my LinkedIn, my Facebook, everything. And right now I have her sending out messages to my Facebook friends, asking them to go like and follow my podcast and leave reviews. So to build that follow count up. And then also I'm going to start creating content soon as far as like entrepreneurship and just the things that I observe around me, and basically just trying to give people tips on ways that they can grow their business, ways they can build their network, because my podcast is all about connecting to people and growing your network.
And he didn't mention he's also a full-time student at UTC and has like several other side hustles that he works on.
Also work for Chat Taste Food Tours if any of y'all want to come and explore Chattanooga with me.
Thanks, Hayden. And I'm glad you hopped on the call, because one of the topics, and we can jump to it here next, was talking about podcast management, because it's kind of funny, we get these little like bursts of like niches that clients are interested in having a virtual professional do sign up, and we've had several recently that had podcast management needs, and so that includes like the editing, the promotion, the management, And so Hayden, you kind of touched on it a little bit, but maybe you could share more like some of the tools or like processes that have worked well for you. I know you've just launched it recently, but any kind of lessons that as everyone else here is like thinking, or as they meet people that are doing podcasts, they can say, hey, this is how other people have been using Workagenics to support their podcast.
Yeah, so I started my podcast about, I guess, 4 weeks ago, 4 weeks ago now. I've grown. I have about 100 listens last time I checked, so it's very, very fresh. It's a startup for sure. But basically, I use some software that makes my life a lot easier. There's a software called Descript, spelled DESCRIPT, and basically it makes a transcript of every episode. And to edit, you just backspace the word, and it seamlessly edits the audio and the video. So I'm working right now on making a video on Loom to train my virtual professional to go through and do the edits for me, because I wanted to learn how the process works before I get started. But Descript is great not just for podcasts. It's also great if you want to create social media reels to promote your business. If you're doing any type of video or audio recording, it's I think it's $10 or $15 per month, and it backs everything up to the cloud as well. So you don't have to worry about putting it all on your storage on your computer, and it seamlessly can publish to YouTube or Buzzsprout, which is a really common podcast software. And that's what I use for my podcast publishing as well, is Buzzsprout. And it tracks everything and tells you how many listens you have, and seamlessly uploads it and hosts it across all the different podcast platforms that there are.
Very cool. Thanks for sharing that. I think given how many clients we have that are doing that now, I'm going to look and see if we can get like a pro subscription to Descript or something, so that just like all of our employees have access to it. One thing we do have, in case you guys,
yeah, they
do
have enterprise software, and it's great for hosting and utilizing.
Okay, perfect. Because for those of you that don't know yet, we do have a Canva Pro subscription, so all of the Workagenics employees have access to that. So you want them to do any kind of graphics, video editing, social media type stuff, you don't need to pay for your own Canva Pro subscription. They can use the one that Workagenics has. It's all already set up for them to use that, and they have access to it.
Yeah, I have that too, and I'm not using it. So I can cancel that because I just don't have the time.
Yeah. Well, you shouldn't be messing around with it anyway. You should be having Shira or someone else that's a virtual professional be doing that stuff for you.
No, I will now.
Yeah. And then, okay, so that leads nicely into another topic that I wanted to just hit on briefly. For those of you that are using social media for your businesses, you probably have noticed over the last month or two, Facebook especially has really changed its emphasis to video content. They are majorly promoting videos that are posted, and old static content is getting deprioritized. And so you'll probably have noticed, as if you're scrolling through Facebook, a lot more ads and a lot more posts from businesses that you see are going to be videos, whether it's like a little animation or a full-on production video, because they're just like really focusing on those things. So one thing that you can do if your virtual professional is making content for your social media pages is just ask them to, rather than make static content that they may have been doing in the past, turn it into videos. And it's really simple. Even with Canva, you can make animations and have like the text come in or something like that, or just like something that's kind of blinking. That way it triggers the Facebook algorithm of like, hey, this is a video, even though it still may be portraying kind of semi-static information that you want to get put out there. So that's something to keep in mind as you are overseeing the social media pages, that video is getting prioritized now.
Harley, one thing
Can I add something to that real fast? Oh.
Yeah, go ahead, Clay.
Yeah, I was just going to say, make sure when you're getting the output from Canva or Adobe or whatever platform you're using, that it's an MP4 and not a GIF or a GIF, depending on whether you say peanut butter or call it a GIF. It's make sure it's an MP4 file as your output. That triggers it as a video. The other is recognized as an image, but that makes it a video.
Yeah, that's a good point. Thanks for sharing that.
And also, I was going to say, Yeah, I was around a bunch of kind of like master marketers this weekend, and everyone is focusing on video right now. So you really, at least all the people who are, getting the followers, getting the subscribers, and getting the business. So personal branding is kind of everything right now. Having your face, you can even have your VP stitch your face into like a screenshot, and basically have your face down in the corner. And people are interacting with that more because it's much more personal.
Awesome. All right. Well, that was the kind of pre-scheduled topics I was going to talk about. I had a couple kind of announcements and we can kind of open it up. So for next month's mastermind, we've got a special guest who is a new client of ours who runs a business that focuses on helping businesses optimize and document their processes and procedures. So not just like on the computer, kind of like what I've been talking about, but in person. So like for restaurants or for like cleaning businesses, utilizing technology. And he's got a really cool software package that has like a mobile app and other physical widgets, I guess I'll say, that can be utilized with it for optimizing training and procedures for like physical brick and mortar type stores, as well as digital based and computer based systems. So that'll be a real good one to try to attend. And then the following month, we have a localized SEO expert going to be joining and sharing about how to really optimize your business pages for local search engine traffic, so that people who are local will find your business first, rather than just trying to compete against like everyone on Google. He's able to share how there are ways to promote to be the business for your area. So you'll want to join us for that as well. Other than that, happy to go around. If anybody's got questions or comments, things they'd like to share, if anyone has like some recent wins or things they've been recently using their virtual professional for that they're happy with, we'd love to hear about those.
I had a question going back to the custom filters in the email.
Yeah.
Were you referring more so to the rules, setting rules?
Yeah, so I mean, the terminology is going to depend on the software you use. So whether it's like Outlook or Gmail or Safari, the Apple one for email. I don't know. I'm not an Apple person, but yeah. So for me, I use Google Workspace for everything, so it's filters. I think Outlook and Office is rules, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Okay, gotcha.
Yep. Anyone else have anything they want to share?
I was just
struggles or
yeah, something that I've been doing recently that has been pretty successful so far. I have my VP going in and reaching out to my Facebook friends. It can be a great way to promote if you're having like a special promotion going on. She's sending out 25 Facebook messages a day. And I think I have like 1,000 friends on Facebook or something silly like that. But if you have something that you can promote, you can have your VP go in and just send those Facebook messages. And I've been getting a lot of great responses of people that want to catch up and want to meet. Oh, my business is going on. I'm like, oh, I can help out with that. So having them send out those messages, that outbound marketing, so it's been really helpful in growing my businesses.
Awesome. Yeah, I've been having one of our VPs manage my LinkedIn page. I kind of gave up. I'm like, I cannot manage all these different social media pages, even like my personal pages, like it's too much to log in, get all these different messages. And so I was like, I'm going to use Facebook. That's like where I post pics of my kids and all that kind of stuff. However, I'm going to have that LinkedIn profile and have my virtual professional maintain it and go out, and he can look at other people on LinkedIn that might be potential fits for Workergenics or could benefit from us. And when people connect to me and send the messages of like, hey, let's connect and have a meeting or something like that, he'll automatically respond to those messages and say like, hey, my name is John. I'm Harley's assistant for social media. I'd be happy to schedule a meeting for you. Like, tell me a little bit more about yourself, kind of doing that first level screening. And then if it seems like they're legit, not just spammers, you can say, all right, well, here's the link to Harley's calendar. Feel free to make an appointment and you can meet virtually, or if you happen to be in Chattanooga, you can meet in person. So that has been really effective and just like giving me peace of mind not stressing about, oh my goodness, am I getting messages or people posting on my LinkedIn page? Because if something is personal that someone happens to like be messaging me about, he'll just let me know, and then I can respond on some other channel. Any other questions or comments everyone wants to share? We don't have necessarily a fixed time limit here, so just kind of as the conversation flows. Otherwise, we can wrap up if nobody else has anything they want to add. I know half the group here is pretty new with the virtual professionals, so it's just getting started there.
Yeah, and thanks for setting this up, Harley. For my first one, but I'm looking forward to more.
Of course. So yeah, and if you guys think there's like a better time to have these consistently, it's always a challenge to try to find a time that the majority of people can meet at with all of our different schedules. So I'm just kind of stuck with this for now, but I'm certainly open if somebody has other preferred times, we can try to coordinate something else in the future.
No, I like lunchtime. That works for me.
Yeah, eating is overrated, so.
All right. Well, I really appreciate you guys joining us today. We are recording this, so Kiara is going to send out the video so you have that to reference. And yeah, I mean, feel free to like exchange contact information, or if there's something that was missed and you want to connect with somebody that was here, you can reach out to me or Hayden. We'll connect you guys.
All right.
Sounds great.
All right.
Have a
Well,
great
enjoy
day.
the rest of your week, everybody.
Take care.
You too, Harley.
Bye.
Thanks. See y'all.
Bye.